Hello students, today we are going to wind up the thermodynamics chapter because in thermodynamics we have very few numericals at the end of the chapter. Whatever numericals are given in between, they are all solved numericals. Therefore, please try. Okay, so the end chapter numericals are unsolved. Therefore, I am pinpointing only on those where numericals are not solved. Only on those area I am discussing. Otherwise, whenever it is solved, so kindly go through, so you will understand. Otherwise, we go for that part also. So with this, I welcome you all for the today's session on second part and the last part of discussion on numericals of thermodynamics. Okay, right. Given N2 plus 3s2 gives 2ns3 and enthalpy change of a reaction R for reaction equal to minus 92.4 kilojoules per mole. What is the standard enthalpy of formation of ammonia gas? Okay, right. Enthalpy change of formation of ammonia or any molecule is what it is. It should form from its 1 mole from its constituent elements and 1 mole should form. But in the given reaction, 2 moles of ammonia is formed. So if you want to go for the enthalpy change for a formation of ammonia, then you have to go for the 1 mole. For 2 moles, it is minus 92.4 kilojoules. For 1 mole, it's half. So minus 92.4 by 2 equal to what? Minus 46.2 kilojoules per mole is the enthalpy of formation of ammonia. Okay. Enthalpy of formation of ammonia or any, it is for only one molecule from its constituent elements. This I repeated in the theory part. Okay, right. Next, calculate the standard enthalpy of formation of alcohol. Which alcohol? Methanol. From the following data. Okay, these three are the data given. Okay, now we have to calculate the enthalpy of formation of methanol. Well, here also same thing. Enthalpy of formation of methanol means what? 1 mole of methanol should form from its constituent elements. For this, we have to write the equation in this form only. This is called C plus 2H2 plus half O2 gives 1 mole of methanol. This is called enthalpy change of a formation. How much we have to calculate? Okay. So using these three data, we have to convert all these three data into English form because our aim is to get this equation. For this, we have to rearrange. Sometimes you have to multiply, you have to add, you have to minus. So all these rearrangements we have to do so that our aim is to get this equation using these three data. So three chemical equations and their data also we have to use. Okay. This type of examples already we have done in our previous session, that is yesterday. I think in the example number 5. Okay. So it is similar to example number 5. Right. So what we have to aim? We have to aim this equation. For this, we have to multiply equation 3 by 2. Then we have to add to equation 2. Okay. Then what we will get? C plus 2H2 plus 2O2 gives CO2 plus 2H2O. That time, what is enthalpy change? Accordingly, values are added and whatever as per the mathematics rules are there, that we get what? Minus 96.965 kilojoules per mole. Okay. Then subtract equation 4. With 4? This 4. From equation 1. Thereby, what we get? At the end, we get this equation. And after multiplying and minusing, the final answer is what? Minus 239 kilojoules per mole. This is, repeating once again, similar to equation number 5. Please practice it. Okay, right. Next example. Calculate the enthalpy change for the process CCl4 gas gives C gas plus 4Cl gas. And calculate bond enthalpy of CCl bond in CCl4. Given that, all this. This is enthalpy change for vaporization, enthalpy change of formation, enthalpy change of atomization, enthalpy of atomization. All these are given. Okay, right. Now I am writing same here. It was normally CCl4 we get in the liquid form. So to convert the liquid carbon tetrachloride to the gaseous carbon tetrachloride, we have to heat, we have to vaporize. For this, how much is energy required? Energy change 30.5 kilojoules per mole. Okay, this is given all this. Now, carbon reacting to the chlorine to give carbon tetrachloride. This is the enthalpy of formation. 1 mole is formed from its constituent elements. So this is the enthalpy of a formation. That is also given here. Okay. Now, carbon solid becoming the carbon gas in the free atomic form. That is called earlier it was solid. Now, all the solid are separated in the gaseous form. That is called enthalpy of a atomization. That is 75.0 kilojoules per mole. In the same way, chlorine molecule in the gaseous state is becoming the chlorine atoms in the gaseous space. For this also we call it as what? Enthalpy of atomization. Okay. So, all these given data. Now, what is the question here? We have to calculate enthalpy change for the process CCl4 gas to this one. Okay. So, we have to do for this equation. For this, again, rearrangement starts here. So, multiply equation 4 by 2. Why 4 by 2? Because if you multiply this 2Cl2. Why 2Cl2? Why you have to get 2Cl2? Because 2Cl2 is here, no? This will cancel somewhere by minusing. That's why. So depend upon the what equation we are aiming, what is given. So we have to multiply equation of 4 by 2. Then that is added to equation number 3. So that entire value is there, no? From that entire value, you have to take out the equation 1 and equation 3 or 2. Okay. So accordingly, delta H becomes what? All these values are done mathematical operations. At the end, we get 1304 kilojoules per mole. What is this? Enthalpy change when you convert CCl4 gas into C plus 4Cl. Okay, that means we are breaking 4 CCl bonds here. Okay, that is the enthalpy change of a reaction. Okay, right. Now, second part of the numerical is what? Calculate the bond enthalpy of CCl bond. Okay, so here there are 4 CCl bond in the carbon tetrachloride. When one CCl bond is broken, different chemical atmosphere is formed. Again, you have to go for the second CCl bond formation. Therefore, we don't say it is a separately CCl bond enthalpy. Here we say average bond enthalpy. Okay. So we use the word average. Therefore, what you have to do, whatever bond enthalpy, what energy is is there, no? This we have to divide by 4 because 4 CCl bonds are there, no? Then we get bond enthalpy for the one. This is not that real bond enthalpy, this is average bond enthalpy. Okay, it may vary. So all the CCl bonds vary in the values, but the average bond enthalpy is always same because we divide the main answer by the 4. So 326 kilojoules per mole is the average bond enthalpy of CCl bond. Okay, right. This previous example I have explained by taking the methane as an example under the mean bond dissociation enthalpy or average bond enthalpy. Okay, right. Next question. For an isolated system, okay, delta U equal to 0. What will be delta S? Change the internal energy equals 0. It's what? There's no change in internal energy. It is an isolated system. But what about delta S? Delta S inside the system, though the delta U equal to 0, no change in internal energy, but it is they are moving. So that means entropy is very high. It is going for the higher entropy. When a system inside, though it is isolated, it is going for the higher entropy, then it is a positive. Same thing happening for the universe also. So our universe is expanding. Delta S is positive. So here also it is what? Positive. Next, 2A plus B gives C. Okay. Delta H equal to 400 kilojoules per mole and change in entropy equal to 0.2 kilojoules per Kelvin per mole. Question is, at what temperature will the reaction become spontaneous? Considering delta H and delta S to be constant. over the temperature range. Okay, right. For this, whether reaction is feasible or not, we have to take care of its delta G. So delta G equal to what? Delta H minus T into delta S. Let us take that delta G equal to 0. Let us presume. Now time being, then we will come to the conclusion. So if you delta G equal to 0, if you take, that time what happens in this equation? This is 0. So when this is 0, so delta H equal to what? T into delta S, because T into delta should transfer to other side. So that becomes delta H equal to T into delta S. Okay, or T equal to what? T equal to delta H by delta S. This is the rearrangement. So now we'll calculate temperature. At what temperature is there? No. So we'll calculate temperature. So temperature equal to what? Delta H by delta S. What is delta H? Delta H is given here 400 kilojoules per mole. And delta S is also given here 0.2 kilojoules per Kelvin per mole. Okay. So kilojoules per mole cancel. So it is in the denominator. If it goes to numerator, it becomes Kelvin. So temperature equal to what? 2000 Kelvin when delta is equal to 0. Means what? We have presumed that delta is equal to 0. That time temperature equal to 2000 Kelvin means what? Up to at 2000 Kelvin, reaction is in equilibrium. That we have presumed. So if you want to make the reaction spontaneous, you have to go beyond 2000 Kelvin. So at 2000 Kelvin, reaction is in equilibrium. That you have taken and you have done it. So if you want to make the reaction spontaneous, okay, so you have to heat the system water more than 2000 Kelvin. That means the reaction becomes spontaneous more than 2000 Kelvin. Okay, right. Next, for the reaction 2Cl gives Cl2, what will be the signs of delta H and delta S? Here, two chlorine atoms, free atoms, they are combining giving the Cl2. So they are highly reactive chlorine atoms. So when they combine, highly reactive, highly energetic chlorine atoms combine, so they go to the least energy state. This is called most stable state for the chlorine. It is a chlorine molecule. Chlorine molecule is more stable than the chlorine atom. That means when they go to the more stability, energy is given out. So delta H is negative. So delta H is what? Negative. Now what about delta S? Now it is what? 2Cl. More reactive I told you, no? So that means their energy is very high. Entropy, they are moving. Atoms in the gaseous state are moving. So they're in high entropy state now. So when they combine and become Cl2, so their movement are restricted here. That means they go to low entropy. So high entropy to low entropy. What is the difference in the entropy? Final minus initial, it is negative. So here delta is also negative. So whenever two chlorine atoms in the gaseous state combines to get the chlorine molecule in the gaseous state, at that time delta H is also negative and delta S also negative. Next, for the reaction 2A plus B gives 2D, delta U, and in the standard condition, that is change in the internal energy equal to minus 10.5 kilojoules, and change in the entropy equal to minus 44.1 joules per Kelvin. Calculate delta G for the reaction and predict whether the reaction may occur spontaneously or not. Okay, right. What you have to do? To know the whether reaction is a reaction is spontaneous or not, delta G must be negative. So we have to calculate delta G. What is delta G? Delta G equal to delta H minus T into delta S. So here he has given delta S. Okay. T okay. What of delta H? That we don't know. So first that we will calculate using this equation. Okay. So to get this answer, we want delta H here. So delta H equal to what? Delta U plus delta NC RT. Okay. Now delta U is given here because using this data, we have to calculate delta H first using this equation. So delta U is given here. What is delta NC? It is the change in the number of moles of gaseous uh, gaseous chemicals involved in the entire reaction. It is the products minus the reactants. There are two gaseous product. There are three gaseous reactants. So 2 minus 3 equal to minus 1. Okay, right. R is either given or you have to take down. T is minus 298 Kelvin. Okay, normal temperature. Right. So Now delta H equal to delta U plus delta Nz R then T. So after simplification, what we get? Delta H equal to minus 12.978 kilojoules. So we know now delta H value. Once we know the delta H value and using the delta H given the question, okay, we'll go for what? Main equation delta is equal to delta H minus T into delta S. Delta H is from the calculation. T is 298. Okay. Delta S is what? Delta S is given here minus 44.1 joules per Kelvin in terms of kilojoules, because all are it is in the kilojoules, So either you go for kilojoules or joules, left to you. Okay. Therefore, after the simplification, what we get? We get delta G equal to 0.164 kilojoules. It is the positive. When the delta G is positive, reaction is non-spontaneous. For a reaction, for a system to be spontaneous, delta G must be negative. Therefore, it is not a negative. Therefore, it is not spontaneous. Therefore, what is the question here? Predict whether the reaction may occur spontaneously or not. No, it is non-spontaneous. Now, the equilibrium constant for the reaction is 10. Calculate the value of delta G. So this is the relation between delta G and the equilibrium constant K. For this, direct equation is given in the theory part. That is delta G equal to what? Minus RT ln K. But this ln, this is natural logarithm. Okay. Convert it to the normal logarithm. So for this, converting factor is what? 2.303 RT log K. Okay. So R is value is given. T is also temperature 300 Kelvin and K value, everything is given here. Therefore, directly delta Z equal to minus 2.303 into R value and corresponding temperature log K. K equal to 10 here. So log 10. Log 10 from the table is what? 1, because characteristic is 1, log 10 is 000, therefore it is 1.000, that gives 1 only. So log 10 equal to 1. So this into 1 equal to 1 only. So this only, that's why it is taken directly here. So log 10 1 is omitted here. Therefore, after the simplification, what will get? Minus 5527 joules per mole. That is what? Delta G naught in terms of kilojoules, it is minus 5.527 kilojoules per mole. Highly spontaneous reaction. Okay, right. Now, we have to comment on this data. Excuse me. Half N2 plus half O2 gives NO, and enthalpy of a reaction equal to 90 kilojoules per mole. NO plus half O2 gives NO2, and enthalpy of a reaction equal to minus 24 kilojoules per mole. What is meant by enthalpy of a reaction of a this equation is 90 plus. Plus means what? Energy of the products are more than the energy of the reactant. That means to form nitric oxide, we have to supply a lot of heat. Okay. Therefore, formation you have to supply, then only it is possible. Therefore, it is slightly unstable. Forming, only under what? When you supply only, if otherwise, no, not on its own. So it is taken as what? Unstable. Whereas here negative energy is given out. So they are highly energetic, they will combine and they go for stability. This is not stability. Delta H negative is not stability. Okay. For a system to be stability, it should go to least energy state, energy should be given out. Here energy is supplied, it is given out. So coming compared to these two, this is somewhat stable than this one. That is the you have to give comment. Okay, right. Your observation. Next, calculate the entropy change in surroundings when 1 mole of water is formed. So 1 mole of water formed, okay, that time how much? It is minus 26 kilojoules per mole. This is what? Enthalpy of a formation. That is how much energy is involved. That is the enthalpy formation only. Okay, how much it is? Minus 26 kilojoules per mole. Or in terms of joules, multiply by 1000, you will get this much. Okay, right. This is what? Enthalpy change of a water. Formation of a reaction. That is 1 mole of water is formed. Now what is the question here? Entropy change. Delta is equal to what? Q reversible by T. This equation, please recall. We are last part of thermodynamics. Okay. So what is Q? How much energy is not here? This much. Okay. It is given already. And temperature is 298. So after the simplification, what we get? So delta is equal to 959 joules per Kelvin per mole. So it is positive. So when the delta is positive, It's what it is. It is what it is spontaneous. Okay, that means what formation of 1 mole of water is highly spontaneous from the individual its constituent atom. That is the meaning of this question. Okay, so delta S equal to what? Delta S equal to minus 959 joules per Kelvin per mole, which is positive. It is highly spontaneous. Okay, okay, my dear students. Till now we discussed all the examples of the chapter end. So you also go through. It's just a from my side a guidance. I have explained. Only thing is you have to solve on your own. When you solve on your own, then you will understand. So one time writing is equal to 4 times reading. That what we generally say. Yeah, okay, for the discussion between the students and teachers. Therefore, simply don't listen. So whatever I have told, you also try to solve all these examples. So when you solve 2 times, 3 times, definitely there is a perfection. Okay. Till then, have a nice time and keep in touch with the subject content. So always, whenever uh, we declare the date for the examination, you have to be ever ready. So you should be always ever ready for the examination. When you will be ever ready, when you are touch with the subject content every day. When we are regular in studies, we will be ready for the examination anytime. That is the meaning. Okay, so be ready for the examination anytime. It will declare. So keep practicing all the chapters. Have a nice time and thank you and all.